Hey guys, Drifter here. I just got back from Sledgehammer Games and Emmett PAX, and I wanted to show you some early gameplay from V2. Oh boy, V2, the multiplayer, the map that gives me fits, and you're going to get to see J-Hub get a pentakill in the very beginning of this map because he hits 4 people with a satchel charge. I survive, taking the damage, and jump off of something that's just a little bit too high, fall down, and give him a penta, which I'm sure I'll still be hearing about next year. It may just be the nature of the people that I had to play this map against because pretty much everybody on all teams were really good players, but I think that this will be the community's favorite map because of how hectic and chaotic and sometimes fun it can be, but it was by far my least favorite of all the multiplayer maps. The V2 Rocket map is as a whole very, very small. You can navigate from one side to the other in 10 to 15 seconds, bearing in mind you have no enemies in your way and you take a direct path. It's roughly square shaped with several direct paths that go straight to the rocket. There are roundabout outer flanks with pretty sane amounts of cover and a few shortcuts so you can jump paths here and there. The layout is very simple and straightforward. It won't take anybody a very long time to understand, except the rocket itself is a bit complicated. So if you go to the rocket, you have a middle area right around the rocket where you stand on where B flag or any objective will sit. Then there is an underground underneath that. It's sort of a rocket exhaust area, the same ones that NASA had or the same ones that most rockets have, like a big dugout, and you can walk underneath that and take stairs up to the middle area. There's an area on top of the middle area that has a mesh floor that you can shoot down through or people can shoot up through and kill you. You have to take stairs to get to that or climb to it from either side. It's a nice place to camp, kind of, but it's very exposed once people get underneath you. There's a flank window that people can shoot through, objectives around the rocket, and finally the cherry, quite literally the red thing on top, is if you get on top of the mesh floor, climb the ladder, and then go up an entirely another level, you can get on top of the rocket and press a big glowing red launch button that sort of just shoots the rockets in place. The rocket itself doesn't launch, but it cooks the entire bottom floor and the basement floor, and it'll cook some of the top floor as well. If you go down just a little bit, you got to back up and stay up top or just sit on top of the rocket. It kills absolutely everything, and it does give you the kills for it. They're not environmental kills. It'll give you kills and add to your kill streak, which is pretty nice. But with all that going on, it's not surprising to hear that the rocket is complete chaos. It reminds me a lot of Shipment, a lot of Nuketown, a lot of Cargo, or whatever the boat map on COD 4 was. It's a very, very busy map, and 90% of the fighting revolves around controlling the rocket, and it's pure chaos. Lots and lots of submachine guns, even more explosives than submachine guns. Shotguns will definitely become a thing. Once one person starts shotgunning, lots of other people start shotgunning. Not as many rifles, basically 0 snipers. This is 100% close quarters combat, and it's absolute madness. Score streaks, especially the explosive ones, can wipe out most of the map, and you can get just metric tons of kills with them. It feels kind of like a miniature version of the Black Ops 1 map that had the missile launch. I think it was called Launched, or maybe it was V2. I can't remember what it was. It's not nearly that size. It is much, much smaller, but it feels thematically similar to it. I much prefer to fight on the outside areas. I enjoyed Hardpoint a lot more because of the rotations, and I think that the paths and fighting and the sanity for Call of Duty are much better designed on the outer areas, and the middle's just all chaos. That meant that Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed were pretty neat too. Those were fun for me. But Domination was just pure pain at Point B. We fought over it like filthy, savage, godless animals, throwing gas, C4, smokes, grenades, shotguns, SMG. Some people love that kind of stuff. Some people love Shipment. Some people love Nuketown. Some people love the smallest, fastest, craziest maps they can get. And if you're one of those people, you're going to adore V2. I didn't adore it so much. It was kind of neat at first, but the charm wore off very quickly about the 15th time I had been satchel charged, so V2 is definitely not my map of choice. I'm just not one of those kind of people. That's my opinions on the map. I do hope that you enjoy the rest of the raw gameplay and make up your own decisions. If you liked, don't forget to favorite and subscribe. Drifter out.
Searching for targets. Recon airborne, searching for targets. Enemy holds the hard point. Fritz X bomb mission underway. aircraft in the air. Securing Bertha. Capturing Bertha. Fritz X-bomb mission underway. Enemy counter-missile aircraft observed. Capturing Bertha. Bertha captured. Losing objective Anton. Enemy capturing Anton.
Da, drüben!
Enemy contact at Bertha. Recon airborne. Searching for targets. Enemy taking B. Enemy contact at Bertha.
Werft eine Granate!
Enemy taking A. Enemy taking B. Anton is lost. Enemy taking B. Enemy striking right inbound. Fall back. Enemy taking B. Losing objective Bertha. He is lost.
Ich brauche Munition!
Taking B. Bertha locked down. Enemy contact at Bertha. B is lost.
Scheiße! Wir verlieren ihn!
Capturing Anton. Enemy capturing Kaiser.
Er bewegt sich!
Securing Bertha. Taking B. Securing Bertha. Recon aircraft ready for mission. B captured. Pull back. Prepare to attack.